This is my 1964D quadruple double die Kennedy half dollar. How much is it worth? Well, we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk about some of these Kennedy half dollars that can be worth thousands of dollars. Now, of course, there's a catch to being worth thousands of dollars, and we're going to talk about that too because it's very important to know this information. There are some rare and valuable Kennedy half dollars you can find. 1964 was a really good year for this, and I'm going to show you. So stay tuned. My name is Daniel, and you are watching Coin Help You. Thanks for watching my latest video. And what we're going to explore today is the 1964 Kennedy half dollar. Now, one thing we want to look at, get back to looking at the Kennedy half dollar here that I showed you at the beginning, is this is the motto, "In God we trust," and we trust is often doubled. Some of these are not worth that much money. Some are, and we'll look at that. And then on the reverse here, the mint marks right here, the D mint mark. There are repunch mint marks for this date, but that's what you want to look at, the D and the motto on most of these. So let's take a look over at PCGS price guide that I usually use to show you some of these different varieties. So these are all going to be die varieties because they're double dies or repunch mint marks. And as you can see, when you're looking at PCGS price guide, you have a double die FS 102, and you can see how much it's worth in mint state 60. Right here is the grades. That is very important to note. A lot of Kennedy half dollars that you find are going to be grading 60 to 64. It's hard to get 65 and even more difficult to get 66 and almost impossible to get a 67 or a 68, especially 68. This $10,000 for a 1964 or this $26,500 for a 1964D, that is a registry quality coin, and you will be very lucky. You would have to do bulk submissions and go through unsearched rolls, original rolls over and over and over, and probably will still never get a 68. I venture to say if we clicked on this and looked at the population for this, that there's probably one. And that's important to note. Doesn't mean you should stop trying to find one, but you're not going to get someone to grade it online for you in an image. You're going to have to do bulk submissions. Yes, there's one graded 68. There is 14 graded 67 plus. So still yet, there's a chance because more are being graded, but I'll tell you this, the original rolls are slowly disappearing. And once they disappear, these opportunities won't present themselves as much, except maybe in a collection where someone actually put one back. Someone might have cherry picked it. So getting back over to the price guide, we want to look a little bit further into this because you have other double dies, and it's important that the double dies that you find are identified properly because there are some common ones, but these are the ones you want to look for. You can click on any of these numbers here, and you can look at the images. And you can also go to Connected Variety Vista, Wexler'sDoubleDie.com, and look at the pictures because you want to match. So you have the DDR, which is a double die reverse. It's an 801, and I'll show you the values here. So you've got the 104, the 106, and like I said, it makes a difference whether it's the D or whether it's no mint mark, which is not supposed to have a mint mark because Philadelphia didn't put mint marks on the 1964. And most coins until 1979. So we have a triple die verse, we have a quadruple die verse, which I just showed you, and that coin is probably going to grade in the 63 range, so it's worth $85. Then you have the repunch mint marks, which is the RPMs, and there's different versions of that or different die pairs for that. So you have the 501, 502, 503, 504. If you come over here and look, let's say you have one graded 66. It makes a difference in value, but not much. But you want the 501. And that's the reason why I tell people, make sure you identify the exact double die. And then we can go over to the proof. And these are also known for double dies. And these get mixed up for being SMS. We'll touch on that in a second. But these are proofs. You can click on the images and see what proofs look like. This is the double die FS101. And this is what proofs look like. They're a different finish. They're a special finish. They're struck more than one time. And specially prepared planchets. So you can see the population for these in 69, the double die. And you can actually click on the image and see what it looks like as far as identifying. But you have to match it with this die. You have to match it with this die pair, FS101, for it to be worth this much. And then you want the quadruple FS105, which is the proof too. And look how much it's worth if you can get a 66 or a 65. A lot of them are going to be in the 65 range. Seems like proofs average 65, 66. Sometimes you get a 67. I see a lot of 67s. But I can't guarantee the double dies will get that. And then you have the accented hair. I've found a lot of accented hairs in unopened proof sets that we bought from dealers, other dealers. Just we buy a whole lot from them, maybe 100 of them, and find a couple of them that'll have the accented hair. And I found some double dies. So there is a chance to find double dies if you can find some of these unopened. Now be careful when you buy stuff that's unopened online. These envelopes for these can be resealed and they're made to look like that they're unopened. So you have to be careful for that. But then again, you can also find them graded with double dies. Some people don't send them in or submit them for the double die. They don't put them under the variety tier at PCGS or NGC or Annex, or they don't even pay attention, didn't know it. You can find some double dies that way. I've done that at coin shows. So anyways, here's your values for these. And like I said, you can find decams and cameos as well, and they're very valuable and worth a lot of money. I mean, look, $45,000 for 69. We already know that that's probably going to be one coin. It's a registry quality coin. It's kind of like shooting at the moon trying to find one like that. So you want to be more realistic and look at the populations. 34 was found in 66, and 34 was found in 67. You've got a better chance than to find the 69, which is only 3's been found. Well, more than one, so and that's kind of cool. So to know that more than 3. So it's probably not worth $45,000. So that's kind of odd to see 3 for the 69. It's probably not worth $45,000 at this point if there's 3 of them. A registry set collector would definitely pay up for it. That's the kind of collectors they are. Then we get over here to the SMS, and I don't really want to talk about these much because if everybody had an SMS that thinks they have one out there, they would not be rare. They would be very common. This is not about the die marks that look similar. This is about an actual finish on a coin. And until you see one in person and study these, you don't know what that looks like. So pictures don't do it. So anyways, you're not going to just find one of these. They're a special case, but they are worth noting because they are very valuable coins. But the thing of it is that a lot of people are trying to find what they think maybe retired SMS dies. No one's done that yet. I mean, no one's sent one in yet. Some of them have the finish on them that don't have some of these die marks too. So that's the other thing you have to think about. So you can't just use die marks at that finish. And a lot of people are mistaking them for proofs, and they're not. Anyways, don't forget to go over to PCGS, check out some of these, go to Connect with Variety Vista. And guys, thanks for watching my latest. Please like, share, and comment on this, and have a great day.